From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
When students return to class at one local school, they will have a new leader. Some changes announced today by the Diocese of Scranton. But first, Sunday is Dad's Day to shine. Father's Day is a time to thank that special man in your life for all he's done. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Well, on the third Sunday each and every June, fathers across the United States are given all sorts of gifts and treated extra special. After all, being an active father is not an easy job by any stretch of the imagination. News 13's Erica Aponte chatted with some kiddos at Community Park to find out what Father's Day means to some of them and what they are doing to show Dad some love.
I'm going to be working with my dad on my bike and a weed whacker, and I got him a gift card.
I'm actually going to be going fishing with my dad, and I'm actually going to be hanging out with him.
Why are you most excited for Father's Day then?
Well, because I get to be with my father.
It's their day to do stuff.
What kind of stuff will you be doing on Father's Day?
Me and him will be going somewhere.
Why is it important to celebrate our fathers, do you think?
Well, because they helped us like walk. They were there when we were born. I'm gonna make him a card. Happy Father's Day.
Because he's loved and cared, and Eric's really nice to me, and he takes care of me too.
Father's Day is, of course, more than power tools and other gifts. It means saying thank you. It means saying I love you. So no matter how you celebrate this day or who your father figure may be, celebrate it together with the people you care most about. A new school year will come with new leadership for students at Holy Family Academy in Hazleton. Current principal Stan Pavlik's last day will be June 20th. Pavlik will then take on the role of assistant principal at Good Shepherd Academy in Kingston. Taking his place is Mary Jane Kozik, who currently is assistant principal at Good Shepherd. The swap in positions comes from Diocese of Scranton Bishop Joseph Bambera, who made the changes and appointments. Superintendent of Schools Kathleen Hanlon said, quote, both Pavlik and Kozik possess a wealth of expertise, wisdom, and commitment to the ministry of Catholic education. 2 teens were found incoherent and in need of medical attention at a Hazleton playground Thursday night. Someone who lives near the Altmiller playground in the city told News 13 she could hear yelling and a lot of commotion. When police arrived, they found 2 young girls lying on the ground. One witness said the 2 girls were dropped off there by someone. Police told News 13 that they believe the teens were under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Both were rushed to the hospital. News 13 also learned the girls may be residents of a nearby juvenile home for girls. Hazleton police tell us their investigation continues tonight. Police are now looking for a man who helped himself to a backpack full of stolen merchandise at Walmart in Hazel Township 2 times. This is a shot of the man caught on surveillance cameras as he was going into the store on Tuesday before he went back for round 2 on Wednesday. Both times, this white male snatched a black and red Coleman backpack, then headed back to the electronics department where he filled the bag with 20 DVDs. The man also got away with a pair of jeans. Witnesses tell News 13 the man was driving a blue 4-door 98 Ford Escort and was traveling with a white female and young child. Anyone with information is asked to call the Hazleton State Police Barracks. That number is 459-3890. A 16-year-old Freeland boy remains at large after escaping from custody while at the Luzerne County Courthouse for a hearing on Thursday. The boy is of Egyptian descent and is 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighs 180 pounds, and has black hair and brown eyes. He was wearing a navy blue shirt, gray sweatpants, and black and blue Nike sneakers when he ran. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, the boy was being transported by officials from a juvenile placement facility from Western Pennsylvania. The boy was not shackled or handcuffed at the time. There is a warrant out for his arrest tonight. We're told he's from Freeland and is familiar with the Wilkes-Barre area. Anyone with information on the boy's whereabouts is asked to dial 911. Good news for motorists tonight. Construction that began back on March 8th in Schuylkill County as part of an ongoing Interstate 81 reconstruction project has wrapped up early. The Interstate 81 ramps at exit 138 in Schuylkill County near McAdoo are now open. PennDOT announced that work was completed earlier than anticipated here at the 309 interchange in Klein Township. The ramps were supposed to be closed through July, but Mother Nature cooperated. Good news for PennDOT and good news for motorists who were faced with some hefty delays due to the closure. Coming up on News 13, Father's Day is within sight. We stop by a local park and see how some kids are celebrating the special role model in their lives. And later, we'll head to Cunningham, where you have to see the conditions of one building for yourself to believe it. The shocking discovery inside the Borough Authority building, coming up.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
On this beautiful mid-June summer day, it's the end of the 2002 sports season. Started last August. Today, the softball and baseball championships, they're being played out in Center County at State College, and we got a couple finals already in. Let's tell you the ones and show you which ones we're talking about. We'll start first of all with baseball. Now, this is a partial score. This is Quad A. This game is still going on. They're playing in the seventh inning, and LaSalle out of Philadelphia is leading Council Rock South 3-1. As we said, that game is in the seventh inning, so we're waiting to see a final. If we get one before we are finished here, we'll let you know. One we can give you a final on is AA baseball, because in that one, it was Riverside out of District 7 coming away with a win, and they knocked off Pine Grove. Now, the Pine Grove Cardinals had a 3-1 lead in this game and looked like they were primed to win the state championship, but they couldn't hold on. Riverside rallied, and they took a 5-3 lead. Pine Grove scored another run, but came up short. So Riverside over Pine Grove in AA baseball. Now, the games that are going to be played still going on. One just getting ready to start as soon as that Quad A game is over is Bishop McCord in Montgomery for the Single A baseball championship. And then tonight at 6 o'clock, it's Lampeter Strasburg and West York. That'll be for the AAA PIAA championship. Let's go over to softball, where we do have some finals. It was close, but didn't come out all right for Southern Columbia. Southern Columbia loses to Fournette Metal. They lose by a score of 1-0. So you talk about a tough way to lose a state championship, but that's what happened. Fournette Metal 1-0 winners over Southern Columbia for the Single A state championship. In the AAA softball championship, another team from northeastern Pennsylvania loses by a run. Big Springs, they come away with a 2-1 win over Valley View. Valley View, of course, Peckville, right outside Scranton, but they end up on the short end of things. The Big Spring Bulldogs, who are out of District 3, they come away with the AAA state championship. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we're going to get Warrior Run and Neshammock for the AA softball championship. And then tonight, it's CB South and Bishop Shanahan. That's going to be for the Quad A as we wrap up the 2011-12 Scholastic Sports season here in the state of Pennsylvania. Let's go from the state championships to minor league baseball. Last night, Kyle Landis pitched 2 innings. Didn't give up any runs, allowed some base runners, but again, didn't allow any runs. So another good 2 innings for Landis, and his Akron team needed it. 3-2 winners over New Britain. Meanwhile, on the AAA level, Russ Kanzler, he knocked in a couple of runs. He was 1 for 4. He has 22 runs batted in on the season. Columbus, 4-0 shutout winners over the Gwinnett Braves. To the major leagues, where interleague play continues, the Phils, well, if they bring Jim Tomei along, they've got a shot. The elder statesman getting red hot. We'll see what he does tonight in Rogers Center against the Blue Jays. Meanwhile, battle of first place teams in the nation's capital. Good weekend series between the Yankees and the Nationals. In the lone National League game, the Mets are involved. Citi Field will be the venue, Cincinnati and the Mets. And Joe Madden and his Tampa Bay Rays, they will host the Miami Marlins at the Trop tonight as we do another weekend of interleague baseball. And tonight we're brought to you by our friends at Stripes and Strikes. Make the right call and get down to Stripes and Strikes. The baseball season is here. Now we're talking baseball pants, jerseys, hats, gloves, bats, batting gloves, bags, catcher's equipment. Got league discounts available. All the top name brands, Wilson, Rawlings, DeMarini, and Diamond. Check it out at Stripes and Strikes, your headquarters for softball and baseball. Look for the big green awning down across from Janetti's Best Western on Route 309 in Hazleton.
Welcome to Short Shots on this middle of the month, Friday, June 15th. Hi, everybody. The Los Angeles Kings won ice hockey's biggest prize, the Stanley Cup, beating the New Jersey Devils in 6 games. Oklahoma City and Miami are tied at 1 game apiece in the NBA Finals. Alex Rodriguez hit his career 23rd Grand Slam this week, tying him with Lou Gehrig for the most in Major League history. Matt Cain pitched a perfect game for the New York Giants, the 22nd in Major League history, and the 2nd this season, which is not even half over. Berwick football coach Gary Campbell is out at Berwick after he resigned to head back to his old job in his hometown as coach in Dalton, Massachusetts. Former coach, the legendary George Curry, is back as head coach of the Bulldogs. Curry won 6 Class 3A state championships and is the winningest high school football coach in Pennsylvania. And speaking of high school football, on Tuesday, the last Associated Press first-team All-State football player of the HHS Mountaineers died at the age of 78. Eddie Ritchie was an All-State end in 1951. His senior season, class of 1952, there were only 4 AP first-team All-State players in the 70-year history of Hazelton High football, starting in 1921 and ending in 1991. 2 halfbacks from the 1939 unbeaten season, Joe Andraco and George Traverko. A guard from the 1947 10-2 season, Joe Dudek. And Eddie Ritchie from the 5-6 1951 season. Now all 4 are gone. The last 40 years of the Mountaineers' existence did not produce 1 AP All-State football player. That fact was only mentioned just to show you how special those 4 really were. Ritchie was also named All-Eastern Conference in 1951. He was a 3-sport athlete: football, basketball, baseball. Ritchie, number 40, sitting next to the other Mountaineer end in the 1950-51 season, number 38, Ron Gatzke, were both tremendous on defense in every game, especially in 51. Gatzke, who went on to become a great West Hazelton High School basketball coach, looks like he could play today. HHS played the exact same schedule in those 2 years. After Mackinac Hazel Township, it was Allentown Central Catholic, Allentown, Berwick, Shamokin, Sunbury, Bethlehem, Mount Carmel, and West Hazel. At 5'10" and 175 pounds, Eddie Ritchie was an animal on the field. Pound for pound, he may have been the toughest Mountaineer gritter of all time. He was inducted into the Hazelton Area Sports Hall of Fame in 2009. He was laid to rest this morning in Northampton, where he spent most of his life next to his wife Marie, who passed last year. Our sincerest condolences to his 2 sons, Eddie Jr. and Jerry, his family. A number of them live in our viewing area. His former players and friends. Till Monday, be a good sport. Stay loose, and happy Father's Day.
And happy Father's Day to Freddie and Ronnie as well. Hope it's a wonderful day. On your screen right now, you're winning midday lottery numbers on this Friday. Good luck if you played. Your daily number, 265, Big 4, 4168, Quinto, 91159, and Treasure Hunt, 16, 17, 26, 28, 29. Good luck.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy Father's Day in heaven to Sam Neil Lassant. This wish comes from the entire Lassant family. Happy Father's Day, Sam Lassant Sr. from your family and all of us here at News 13. Happy Father's Day, Sam Lassant Jr. from your family and all of us here at News 13. Happy Father's Day, Andrew Juba Marquez from your family and all of us here at News 13. Happy Father's Day to James P. Kearns. He's the best father and grandfather of 7 grandsons. Love from Holly Brooke, Jimmy, Bobby, and your 7 grandsons. Also tonight, happy Father's Day to our wonderful dad, Steve Bodner of Tom Hicken. Love from your daughter, Brenda. Happy Father's Day in heaven to Joseph Millardi Sr. from your sister, Lucille, and your son, Joe Jr. Happy Father's Day in heaven to Joseph Martin Puza from your loving family, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchild. Tonight's Talk of the Town report, the Pottsville campus of McCann School of Business and Technology would like to invite you to an open house Thursday, June 21st. Doors will be open from 2 to 6 p.m. with everything from campus tours to summer snacks and games. This event is for the whole family. For more information, call 570-622-7622. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of Heidi A. Mitchnick She-Herman of Laughlin. The Rosenberg Funeral Chapel in Wilkes-Barre is in charge of arrangements. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's all-new low-price dinner menu. And remember, there's always plenty of free gated parking behind the Markle Building.
Well, a fundraiser is happening this weekend in West Hazleton to benefit a man named Rick Marion. And the entire community is invited to lend Rick a helping hand while having some fun at the same time. Our Jasmine Brooks has all the details. Jazz?
Well, we're talking about a benefit that is coming up this Saturday. That's June 16th from 5 to 11 p.m. in West Hazleton at the K Club. I am joined by my new 3 friends, and this is Rick Marion, and it's a benefit for you, Rick. Rick, tell me your story and why this benefit is even happening in the first place.
Well, it all started about 3 years ago when I first had my leg taken off from diabetes. I've been diabetic for since I'm 12 years old, and it's over 30 years. And what happened is I was able to drive then, but I'm not now because I had the second leg taken off a year ago. And I'm unable to get around, and I don't like to have to rely on a lot of people to be taking me shopping or anything like that. So my son and the K Club has been getting this together for a while now, benefit to help me out to help buy controls for the car. I really do appreciate it, and I would ask that some people come out and see me at least and just talk with me. I haven't seen anybody in a while because I'm unable to get anywhere, too far anymore, but I try and do my best.
Now, Rick, how much do these controls for the vehicle cost? And they are not covered by insurance, you tell me.
No, Medicare does not take care of them, and they cost anywhere from $1,000 up to $1,300. Maybe in this case it might even went up by now because everything has gone up. I haven't checked into it for about 6 months now. But yes, it will help, and insurance, Medicare does not help out.
Okay, Rick, and this is Joey Gardner here, and you are the president of the K Club. Tell me, what is the K Club all about, and why help Rick?
Well, his son is a member of our club, and he asked if we could give a hand. This is like the 3rd benefit that we're doing, and we would like to help Rick get enough money so we can get all these equipments for his car so he can drive.
And what is a benefit without some entertainment? And that's where Gene Babula comes in. So what is your band all about?
We're playing blues, original covers, and me also being diabetic, I thought that it would be a good tie-in, and hopefully we'll have a great night.
All right, and your band is called the Sterling Cook Band. Right. So what do you play?
I'm bass and vocals.
Oh, very, very nice. Okay, so can you tell me when this benefit is again and where people can come check it out?
It's tomorrow night, Saturday the 16th. We're going to be starting around 7 and at the Kosciuszko Club, K Club.
All right, awesome. The K Club in West Hazleton. Now, although the band's starting at 7, you can come check it out and get some food at 5 o'clock. How much is this costing?
This is going to be $5.
Okay.
Donation, $3 donate. $3 is going to Rick's family. So.
Okay.
And it's 215 Winters Avenue. Everybody's welcome.
Perfect. And you know what, Rick? I wish you so much luck. It's going to be so much fun. But at the same time, these remote controls for your car, they're going to let you gain some independence back, and that's what it's all about. So good luck to you, okay? All right, and I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Jasmine, thank you, and thank you to the gentleman, and good luck with that benefit. Sounds like a lot of fun. All right, you're going to have to wait for your all-important Father's Day forecast with Jasmine at 4:30, but right now we'll check out the next 24 hours as we are taking a look at another creative condition thanks to a local student from our local schools here in Greater Hazleton. We'll see partly cloudy skies for the rest of tonight with a low down to 52 degrees. And then for your Saturday, great day to spend outdoors, high of 73 with sunny skies. Your forecast at 4 brought to you by Just Windows and much, much more. 636-1133 on First Street in Freeland. Remember, better windows plus better installation equal Just Windows. Visit online at justwindowsandmore.com. All right, coming up right now, live at 4:30, concerns in Cunningham have forced action to be taken sooner than later, dealing with one borough department. News 13 traveled to the Valley for some answers. We'll have that story coming up next with Jasmine. I'll see you guys on Monday. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Good night.
Coming up right now, live at 4:30, concerns in Cunningham had forced action to be taken sooner than later, dealing with one borough department. News 13 traveled to the Valley for some answers.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Thanks so much for staying with us, everyone. I'm Jasmine Brooks. Dirt, dust, feces, cobwebs, and rodents. That's what a building in Cunningham is filled with, and that building is responsible for the community's water. News 13 stopping by the Cunningham Borough Authority office Friday afternoon to see the deplorable condition the facility is in. Now, although the front section of this building that was originally a barn may look somewhat normal at first glance, this three-room office rather, is not safe. No carbon monoxide or smoke detectors hang on the walls. The bathrooms are not handicap accessible, and there is only one exit. In addition, the two full-time women who work here have been complaining about respiratory problems over the last several years. That's not hard to believe when taking a look beyond the walls of the office they work in. Inside the rear building is the storage area where equipment, parts, chemicals for the water system are all kept, right next to the animal feces, dirt, and clutter. And in another section of the storage area, sitting on the floor behind the company's truck, these couplings and fittings make up $10,000 of inventory. This situation was recently discovered by Authority Chairman Ken Tamborski, and the few that have seen the condition since have choice words to describe it.
Monstrous, if I could use that word. There are feces all over the place. The whole place is, a shambles, and we have women inside the authority office who for years have complained about respiratory elements, and it's time we take the bull by the horns now that the situation has been let out the bag. I mean, I've come here numerous times in the past, and I've never got in the back or got upstairs or seen the way things were run here. But now that I've seen it, I am, very concerned about the health, safety, and welfare of the people who work here. I'm concerned about the health, welfare, and safety of my own residents of my borough.
So, as we went into this and looked into this a little further, we have some definite issues here that we got to take care of. We're to provide safe and clean drinking water. We're supposed to have a safe environment for our employees. We're supposed to provide adequate sewage for the homeowners. Ratepayers deserve better than what we're seeing here.
So what is the answer, and who is responsible? Well, on Tuesday, Council will vote to move the employees from the Butler Avenue office to the attic building, which is owned by the borough. As for the person responsible, no one would point the finger at one person, but both Tamborski and Montoni tell News 13 this problem didn't have been overnight, but developed over many years. The manager of this building that has been in charge for about 15 years is currently on paid leave while the state police investigate this incident. Well, no testimony today in the ongoing trial of former Penn State assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky. The trial will get back underway Monday with the defense taking over. The prosecution read its case Thursday, sooner than many thought, which means the case could wrap up as soon as next week. The lead investigator from the state attorney general's office took the stand Thursday, recalling how the case was built against Sandusky, including an anonymous email and photos, and how victims were tracked down. The investigation started after a Clinton County high school freshman reported him to law enforcement back in November of 2008. Sandusky's accusers also took the stand over the 4 days of testimony and spoke explicitly about the sexual acts Sandusky forced on them. Sandusky's defense team expects 3 days of testimony from witnesses on their end, including Sandusky himself and his wife Dottie. After court Thursday, Sandusky was asked by reporters what he thought of the trial thus far, and he only smirked and laughed, saying he was sorry he couldn't talk about it because the judge told him not to say anything. Police are now looking for a man who helped himself to a backpack full of stolen merchandise at Walmart in Hazel Township 2 times. This is the shot of the man caught on surveillance cameras as the man was entering the store on Tuesday before he went back for round 2 on Wednesday. Both times, this white male snatched a black and red Coleman backpack, then headed back to the electronics department where he filled the bag with 20 DVDs. The man also got away with a pair of jeans. Witnesses tell News 13 the man was driving a blue 4-door 98 Ford Escort and was traveling with a white female and a young male child. Anyone with information is asked to call Trooper Robert Christman at the State Police Barracks. The number 459-3890. Our media partner, The Citizen's Voice, is reporting that a Hazleton woman committed the unthinkable crime, stealing from her mother, who is dead. 57-year-old Anna Pauline was charged Thursday with filing false documents with government agencies in February 2008 to receive her dead mother's federal workers' compensation payments. Now Pauline could face up to 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine if convicted. The charges were filed in U.S. District Court in Scranton after a joint investigation by the U.S. Postal Service, Office of Inspector General, and the U.S. Department of Labor. Luzerne County children are benefiting in a big way, but it looks like it took some unlawful actions of a well-known businessman, Robert Markle, to make it all possible. The Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency has approved 17 grants totaling $2.16 million, all going to programs for Luzerne County kids. The money handouts are the outcome of the Kids for Cash scandal involving judicial kickbacks and 2 for-profit detention centers. The Markle money comes from Markle's guilty plea and agreement to pay $2.15 million in restitution. Luzerne County Community College will get $180,000 and will partner with the Hazleton Area School District, Central Susquehanna Intermediate Unit, and Catholic Social Services to serve approximately 118 Hispanic youth in the greater Hazleton area. The project will also help re-engage students who are either at risk or have dropped out of school, implement a new Spanish GED program, and offer support services to teenage mothers. 57 proposals for the cash were presented and were reviewed and scored by a panel of professionals working in victim services, substance abuse and prevention, family advocacy, and juvenile justice, plus 1 youth who had been involved in the juvenile justice system. Troopers are looking for information about a woman who disappeared from Hazel Township back in May. Now, News 13 told you back at the beginning of June, the search was on for 42-year-old Candace McGeehan. McGeehan hasn't been seen or heard from in several weeks. Police say McGeehan lived in the Hazleton apartments in Hazel Township and was last seen wearing a black t-shirt, blue jeans, and white sneakers. Troopers would now like to talk to any doctors who may have treated McGeehan in the past. Troopers are asking for medical records or dental records regarding the victim. If McGeehan was treated at your facility at any time, call State Police 459-3890 and ask for Corporal Masteller or Trooper Hill. On Wednesday, near the Hazleton apartments where McGeehan lived, we're told a body was found in a wooded area. This is the area across from Mountain City Nursing Home and Rehab Center just off 28th Street. We know the coroner was called to the scene, and crime scene investigators from the state police were in that area for hours, collecting evidence and taking pictures. State police have not released any information about the incident, nor have they connected it to the missing Hazel Township woman. Again, if you have any information regarding 42-year-old Candace McGeehan, call troopers immediately. Coming up in just a bit, is a local road that has caused traffic woes and detours for months. Finally open, we'll let you know in just a bit. And later, community leaders and cancer survivors gathered last night to celebrate life, courage, hope, and dignity at a photo exhibit that only takes place 6 times a year. Stay with us. A new school year will come with new leadership for students at Holy Family Academy in Hazleton. Current principal Stan Pavlik's last day will be June 20th. Pavlik will then take on the role of assistant principal at Good Shepherd Academy in Kingston. Taking his place is Mary Jane Kozik, who currently is assistant principal at Good Shepherd. The swap in positions comes from the Diocese of Scranton Bishop Joseph Benbera, who made the changes and appointments. Superintendent of the schools, Kathleen Hannon, said both Pavlik and Kozik possess a wealth of expertise, wisdom, and commitment to the ministry of Catholic education. While 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer throughout their lifetimes, a very scary thought as a woman myself. Almost everyone has a mother, a sister, an aunt, a friend, even a husband who have been impacted by this disease. But while it's a scary thing to think about, we all need to have courage and hope and to celebrate life. News 13 getting a look at the traveling photo exhibit put on by the Pennsylvania Breast Cancer Coalition. The coalition's duty is to educate the public about the disease and to fight to find a cure now so that our daughters won't have to. The photo exhibit includes 67 women from 67 counties who have faced breast cancer at some point in their lives, including Luzerne County native Beverly Hernandez, who spoke at the exhibit. The exhibit shares the struggles and triumphs of PA women and brings an important message.
Our message is get your mammograms. Diagnosing early makes treatment easier. Breast cancer is no longer a death sentence. It is something that can be treated. I'm a 20-some-year survivor, and it's tough, no doubt about that, but when you get through treatment, you have your life ahead of you.
You know, we're very involved from a breast cancer awareness standpoint anyway. Here at the Health and Wellness Center, digital mammography that we have here in the ultrasound, we're very much in tune as an organization to the health needs of the women in our community, and obviously breast health is one of those things. But the important thing is raising the awareness and really keeping that message out there and doing everything we can to allow women in this community to receive the care they need, early detection, breast health, so that we can help them avoid the negative outcomes that so many women are having at this point in time.
Women who have a pre-existing condition, or anyone who has a pre-existing condition, come 2014 will no longer be able to be denied insurance. So I want to make sure I spread the good news, especially for people in this audience who understand this issue, that if you have a pre-existing condition, come the year 2014, you can no longer be denied insurance thanks to the Affordable Care Act.
The exhibit only visits six places each year, and we are very lucky to have had it here in Hazleton. If you missed it, the PA Breast Cancer Coalition is having a conference, and there are scholarships available to get you there. So for more information on that, you can visit www.pabreastcancer.org, or for more information on the PA Fair, visit pafaircareact.com. Good news for motorists tonight. Construction that began March 8th in Schuylkill County as part of an ongoing Interstate 81 reconstruction project has wrapped up early. The Interstate 81 ramps at exit 138 in Schuylkill County are now open. PennDOT has announced that work was completed earlier than anticipated here at the 309 interchange in Klein Township. The ramps were supposed to be closed through July, but Mother Nature cooperated. Good news for PennDOT and good news for motorists who are faced with some delays recently due to that closure. Headed your way, our Freddie B and Ronnie team up to bring you the latest on sports and trivia treats. Freddie's got PAAA baseball playoffs too. Stay with us. And Father's Day weekend is in sight. If you've got an outdoor plan and like warm weather, you may be in luck. We'll be right back. The weekend's here, TGIF to all of you. It looks like we're going to be seeing some sunshine over the weekend. And let's take a look at tonight's creative condition right now. This one comes from Morgan Barron. She's from the Valley Elementary School. She sent us this wonderful picture, so thanks so much. Looking at tonight's weather, we're going to see partly cloudy skies, low down to 52 degrees. Checking out that 4-day outlook. Sunny skies all the way through. You're going to see the 70s Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and Tuesday. Guess what? 82 degrees. Your weather brought to you tonight by the Lazy Dog Salon, Dog and Cat Grooming. Stop by today, get your furry friends groomed. and Valley High Drive-In on Route 93 in West Hazleton. You're going to get ice cream, food, and so much more. Stop by today. That'll do it for us tonight. Thanks so much for making us a part of your day. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast throughout tonight, or just simply go to News 13's website, ssptv.com, where you're going to find everything Greater Hazleton and beyond. It's all just one click away. On behalf of our News 13 team, be safe and good night.